Escouts is a European project supported by a lifelong learning program. The project was conceived and developed by 8 partners from 6 European countries: Spain, Italy, Bulgaria, Poland, England and Germany. Escouts is aimed to develop an innovative intergenerational learning exchange between elderly and youth volunteers, focused on the development of the digital competences of the eldest and on the guidance to the youngest to better face their upcoming adult life challenges. The project is divided in 3 main actions: train youth people to become ICT teachers of the digital excluded elderly, while developing autonomy and active citizenship; train the elderly to become mentors for youth to better face work and life challenges, with an ethic dimension and valuing youngest digital capital; train facilitators of intergenerational learning of each country of the consortium to be the key actors and mediators of those 2 groups. The e-facilitators have a crucial task, not only as teachers of ICT, but also as social cultural mediators. They promote disadvantaged users' inclusion and e-inclusion. The Escouts project aims to prove that innovative ways of communication and activism through ICT are strongly reshaping social interaction, learning approach, as well as general perspective of life expectations and value.
Hello, my name is Tony Gay and I'm Director of Reflective Learning International, and we're based in Gloucester in England. My role in the project is as the country coordinator, and so I have a very interesting role working with the facilitators in England and also today with the facilitators in the other partner countries as well. 2 aims. The first aim is to reduce the digital divide, and it does that through young people working with older adults, seniors, elderly people, to help them to develop both their competence and their confidence in the use of computers, the internet, and information and communication technologies in general. The second aim is an aim which is to enhance and develop the social and work skills of young people. And the project aims to do that by training a group of elderly people to work as mentors with groups of young people to help them to become more employable and to help them to develop certain life skills. The key thing about this project is that all of these aims are realized or achieved through something called intergenerational dialogue. That's the kind of magic part. That's where young people and more older adults engage in a process of conversation, of question, of answer, of activities to achieve those 2 aims. And that's why it's called dialogue, and that's why it's called intergenerational. It's the way different generations learn from each other.
Hi to everybody, hi, I'm Elisa and I'm an Italian facilitator of Escouts project.
Hello, my name is Vanya Petrova. I work for the ICT Development Bulgaria.
Hello, I'm Martin. I come from Italy. I'm from Arci.
In this project there are a number of key actors. Many would argue, I think, that the facilitator is the catalyst that makes everything else work. So facilitators need support. So one of the challenges for the project is who supports the facilitators.
I was very curious because it's my first time in an intergenerational project about the dialogue between elderly and young, and the first time I was even a little scared because I really don't know what are the expectations of elderly and of young and how to speak to them.
I decided to join the project because I found I found the idea of the social idea behind the project very, very attractive.
That the country coordinator needs to try and support the facilitators, because the country coordinators are also part of the central team that meets fairly regularly. So there needs to be good communication between the country coordinator and the facilitators. And then looking the other way, the facilitators interact with elderly and with young people. It's the facilitators that really manage the day-to-day part of the project in each country. So the facilitators' understanding of the aims of the project, the methodology of the project, the outcomes of the project, it's really important that they understand that and that they can communicate that effectively on the ground.
Personal transformation through ICT skills.
Learning together, because you know, the project is about youth and senior that exchange experience and exchange not only reflection but also practical things. And the second one is respect, because you have to respect all the needs of youth and of senior, even some essential needs such as the time, I don't know, but even to respect other experience, take a regard in other shoes, in other eye. It's enhance potential, and it's a project of enhancing the potential of people, because both young and elderly are involved in something completely new for them. It's the first time for all in a training experience as a teacher or as a mentor. So it's really a project of growing potential, skill and attitudes.
The first one is intergenerational dialogue. I think it's the secret aim of our part of project. As Archie, we have many clubs in Tuscany, and sometimes the young people and the elderly people are separated in our clubs. So I think we have to try to let them dialogue with the other. The second one is opportunities. I think we give the opportunities to young people and elderly people to teach something and to learn something. So it's a sort of sharing information, sharing knowledge, and so on. And the third one is global vision, exchanging information about young people, elderly people. Our project with other European countries, we could have a global vision of the situation, young people and elderly people in Europe, and it's very important in this period.
So meetings like this in Sofia become incredibly important because, yes, we can Skype, we can email, we can have face-to-face meetings from time to time. But this meeting in Sofia has been incredible so far, because we've been able to share stories about how each country is operationalizing or delivering this project. In other words, what the facilitators in each of the countries is expecting from the end users, is trying to help the end users to achieve, and so on. And it's quite clear that what is emerging is a very exciting pattern, mosaic if you like.
I've no experience, as I said before, so I learned something about this issue during the project, and I see I see a lot of curiosity about knowing each other. So elderly and youth are very happy to discover the other part, so to better understand what be youth or be elderly is, and also to build together a common path. And it's important not only for the individuals, but even in a community vision that should be more responsible and more active.
I already explained the roles of the two groups within the project, and what is really important is not only these two groups to realize, to be transformed and to be empathetic about the other group, but also the interaction between the two.
For me and for my association, intergenerational dialogue is a very important objective, aim of this project, because we need international dialogue between our members, between the people that are in our clubs, in our territory, in our country. So I think it's very important for us.
This is a very complex and challenging project, and because my background is as a positive psychologist, you'd only expect me to see challenges positively. One of the challenges, of course, is to train young people in such a way that they can relate meaningfully and clearly to people who are much older than themselves, who want to learn about computers and technology and the internet, but maybe lacking in both skills and confidence. So this is a big challenge for young people, because it's not about a young person being highly skilled in using computers. It's about how they can explain, how they can show and demonstrate, and how they can justify the use of computers to older people who may be not just lacking in confidence and skills, but may actually be a little skeptical about computers. So the young people, I think, have got to be very sensitive in how they work with people who may be 60, 70 years of age, maybe older, to enable them to not just develop their competence and their confidence, but to enjoy using computers, to see how computers can help them in their daily life, in their daily living. Help them to make friends and stay connected with friends and relatives. Help them to understand how the computer can be used in everyday living, for example, shopping online, selling online, banking online. How computers might help them to book a holiday, book a train ticket, book a theatre ticket. How computers are really things that they needn't necessarily be afraid of, that they can actually use to help them to improve the quality of their daily life. So that's one major challenge for young people. For the older adults in this project, I think the major challenge there is to be able to relate to young people who may be between the ages of 16 and 24 years of age, to be able to talk to them in a lively, engaging, rich way about the kinds of skills they might need, not only for life, but also to make them more employable. So modules 4 and 5 in this particular project are very challenging, because that's the way facilitators here today in Sofia, in Bulgaria, are thinking about how they might select elderly people to act as mentors of groups of young people to achieve that particular purpose. It's going to be very exciting, but it's very challenging, because clearly some older adults, because they've been retired or maybe out of work, maybe out of the workplace for a long time, these older adults may feel a little nervous about talking to young people and how they can talk to them in a relevant and meaningful way, because things change, jobs change, organisations change, workplaces change. So we've spent a lot of time today exploring how older adults might talk to young people about general life skills and general work skills, like, for example, effectively communicating with each other, working in a team, being honest, skills such as being creative, being able to meet deadlines, to find out information and get the job done. So part of the challenge for the facilitators is to choose elderly people who might be both confident and knowledgeable and experienced in working with young people about these are the general things that you would need if you want to be employable in a job market where jobs are increasingly hard to find, particularly the job that you really want, and also how elderly people can get young people really excited about vocational skill development.